always said I was going to get on with the book, but then I had that reading and it was super good, and I was like, I want to do another one. Tarot reading is addictive. I love it. It's, I don't even know if addictive is the right word. It's not like a vice that I get anything out of except from communicating. I get to communicate with Source. That's nice. Alright, so I kind of, let's direct this, let's tap into some new energy. Right? I like to do that with the bonus readings. I'm like, let's see who else is out there. I know I ain't just talking to one person. Who else is out here? Let's find out. Livelihood. Trust in God is the best livelihood. Everyone needs to trust in God and ask, oh God, bring this work of mine to success. Prayer involves trust in God, and trust in God is the only means of livelihood. That is independent of all others. In these two worlds, I don't know of any means of livelihood better than trust in our sustainer. I know nothing better than gratitude, which brings in its wake the daily bread of it and its increase. Alright, so, even if you don't believe in God, I feel like, whatever word we could have a lot of things that carry the same definition as God, actually. Like energy, the source of all creation, cosmic microwave background radiation, come on, we've got words for it. We can call it whatever we want, but at the end of the day, it's God. And you're being called to kind of trust. Trust in your situation. If you've been trying to manifest something, trying to pray for something, trying to make something happen in your life, pray for your success or meditate on your success, manifest your success. Literally, all three of those things I just said are the same thing. But because people are so weird about terminology, we have to break it down into 3 different ways. So, it's all the same thing. Manifestation, meditation, and prayer. It's all... It is. Source, energy, divine feminine, divine goddess, divine feminine goddesses, divine masculine gods. Come on. We know. I feel like, and if you don't know, now you know. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I don't know. I hope we're all on the same page for this reading. Let's see. You'll know if it's your reading, because you will have found it. Alright. Let's see what's going on with you. Who are you? Why do you need to trust in God so much right now? Ooh, okay. Oh, that's why. Crop circles, messages, curiosities, and signs. You have been receiving messages from the divine. Probably noticing some weird synchronicities. Noticing the angel numbers and all that shit. Yep. Mantis beings, enigma, elusive, sensitive, fire element. You might be a fire sign. Syrians A. Artistic integrity and honesty. Well, that's pretty dope. Alright, let's see who we are. Arcturians. Feeling safe, wisdom keepers, and concern. If you notice, the reason that he feels safe is because of this projected, shield, right? He is, in a little bubble that's shielding him. It's like nothing can really harm him in that. Or whatever. Syrians B. Responsibilities, lessons, growing up, you're learning shit. Congratulations. Reptilians. Okay, so we have another energy here, right? Something that's kind of like a predator, very tyrannical, very opposite of Syrians A or Syrians B, which are all about artistic, being artistic and having integrity, being honest, taking on new responsibilities, life lessons, and growing up. This is very opposite energy. So Pleiadians, we're going back to your energy of unconditional love, excitement, and laughter. One of these is not like the other. I'm pretty sure I said that in the last reading. One of these is not like the other. I'm going to use a completely different deck. I'm actually using all different decks from my last reading. I like doing that because then I feel like if I end up tapping into the same energy twice, then that's for a reason, Alright. This is crazy, right? You're showing up in this energy of like unconditional love, integrity, honesty, being good, being divinely protected, And it's like, this motherfucker is just showing up in your life as a tyrant, a predator, trying to it's like a narcissist and an empath. That's what I'm seeing here. Tale as old as time, right? It's like the worst love story that we've ever been trapped with. Unfortunately, it's the realest love story, I think. I just watched a video on why we sign up for soul, or why empaths sign up for soul contracts with narcissists. Then it's kind of like, from my perspective of it, so imagine you're just energy and you are deciding in the Akashic Records what's going to happen with your life, right? You're writing it out, kind of like a video game designer, right? You're designing the life, which is why we could use tarot cards to tap into what you've written, well, sometimes we kind of need, if we want greatness, right, such as like Hercules or whatever, what do we need? A monster to defeat, right? We need a fucking Cerberus. And we also need a Pegasus. Let's be real. We need a Pegasus and a Cerberus. So typically what we do is we make soul contracts with people who carry different energies. Low vibrational, high vibrational. You make deals with demons, you make deals with angels, okay? And it's all part of the lesson, it's all part of because there's a lesson to be learned. You have to go back and relearn what it is to be yourself, right? To learn who the fuck you are. Which is all well and good. But it looks like you've made a soul contract with a reptilian, right? It looks like you made a soul contract with somebody who's extra bad. And you're probably thinking, greater glory, I could take this fool, or whatever. But you're showing up. You're showing up. Like this, okay? And you're up against this, okay? Let me show you. Theoretically, you don't look like you'd be able to get the upper hand here, right? Theoretically. The thing is, the only force greater than ego and tyranny and hate and all that shit is love, unconditional love. So she actually is stronger than the reptilian, right? She actually is more protected than this reptilian, right? So what I'm seeing here is a lot of being protected and tapping into your inner self, right? And this fire energy showing up, it's like there's motivation here, right? It's like nothing's like, I don't think that there's anything stopping you from accomplishing what the goal is here. Whatever you chose, it's kind of like, it's like when fighters get really cocky and they're like, I want to fight the biggest, baddest dude, right? That's what you did on a spiritual level. You're like, I want to fight the biggest, baddest dude. Oh, here you go. So, yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Let's see how this goes. A lot of butterflies in that Pleiadians card too, and that, if you think about the process it takes for a caterpillar to become a butterfly, it's kind of fucked up. In reality, it's kind of fucked up what happens to the caterpillar. The caterpillar goes into the cocoon and melts. Right? It literally just turns into mush. Like everything, it's just like, and it's like, it vomits itself. I don't know how else to put that. And then it has to reorganize itself, right? And that's where the wings come in. Because it's like, well, now I'm making a new body. I want wings. Whatever. But they completely change structure. Every molecule in their body must change structure. And this brings me back to the reptilians a bit. Because there is something to be said that is very common between commonality between the Pleiadians and the reptilians, or in this. Where the Pleiadians are like the caterpillar that go into the cocoon and have to, do that shadow work, completely fall apart and rebuild themselves together. The reptilians molt, right? Reptiles molt. When a snake, a little slithery snake, starts growing up and its skin's too tight and it don't work and it's painful and it sucks, or even lizards. I don't know if y'all have had lizards, but like they molt too. Right? Like my bearded dragon, she would leave little she would leave like these just flesh fucking trails, where you could see the whole shape of her face, the whole everything in these molts, or whatever. What would I even, the old skins, like you could see in the old skins her entire tail, her little legs and stuff. Every part of her that no longer fit in there needed to, so it needed new skin, right? Kind of like that Man song that, I need new skin for this old skeleton of mine. 'Cause this one that I'm in's let me down once again over time. Yeah, dude, it's like that. There's a molting happening here. But it's weird. It's like, I feel like both of y'all are evolving. But both of y'all are evolving in opposite directions, right? I often bring up the lobster analogy too. Where lobsters, when they start outgrowing their shell, they experience a lot of excruciating pain. Okay, I don't know if you guys know this about lobsters. It has to hurt for them to take it off. Okay? It has to hurt for them to take it off. So it becomes unbearable. They're like, ugh, trapped in this fucking shell, right? And eventually, when it's so unbearable they can't take it anymore, they climb out, they have to go hide under a rock while they're soft and vulnerable and they're like, fuck, I'm out here with all these crazy creatures, they're gonna eat me, and they have to take that risk because it hurts too fucking much to carry that shell, right? That armor. So they take the armor off And they hide under a rock and they build a new one. And that new one is stronger and it's bigger and they're more fortified, right? They're fortified in it. I feel like whatever it is that y'all are experiencing is painful. And I feel like that's what I'm really tapping into in regards to that. And I feel like maybe you gotta trust the pain a little bit. Maybe you gotta trust that this pain is for a better outcome. Right? That lobster has to trust that the amount of pain that it went through, like, it's not gonna have to, like, it's all for something. It's all for something. Even if it feels like all of his protection is taken, even if it feels like he is vulnerable and in a shitty, sticky situation, that's part of it. There's trust there. Or, there doesn't have to be trust, but no matter what, that shell's coming back. Even though in their moment, when they first are like running to get under that rock, they don't feel so much trust, do they? They feel vulnerable. They're like, fuck, I'm gonna get ate. So, dude, it's like, if you're in that situation where you're being stripped of things, trust it. Trust it. All right. I don't know what we're dealing with here. So, clarify the reptilian. Clarify the Pleiadian. No. Okay. Interesting. Queen of Materials tells me that you are seen as somebody who is abundant, caring, compassionate, creative, strong as fuck, fierce as fuck, never giving up. I'm a rapper now. What happened? Okay, I don't know. All of a sudden I'm rapping. Okay. I will calm down. And I noticed something. The Queen of Cups and the Devil surrounding this reptilian. Queen of Cups is this Pleiadian energy, that unconditional love, that emotional intelligence, that integrity, that love, right? It's like you have love for this reptilian. You have compassion for them. You give a fuck about them. You know what energy they're showing up in? They, the devil. They don't have compassion. They don't give a fuck. They want to hurt your feelings. They want to see you suffer. Why? Because you have the audacity to love them. You have the audacity to love them. They didn't want that. It's probably why they treat other people better, who treat them like shit, right? People who use them, who manipulate them, they'll treat them better than how they treat you. usually how it goes with narcissists. Because they can have compassion for another devil. But if you're showing up as an angel of light, you showing up with all this heart and compassion, guess what? Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. That's what I'm hearing. How dare you have a soul? Fuck that. I'm sorry. Fuck this devil. Okay. They could be an earth sign too. Heavy Capricorn energy showing up with the Devil card and the Queen of Materials. Or they could just be a dick, honestly. I just see hella narcissistic, and it's like they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. They're desensitized to their own evil, you know? They're like, it's normal to be a douchebag. Well, let them go be a douchebag by themselves. Why do you fucking care about them? That's the question here. That's the real crazy part here. I don't think I'm just gonna throw that under the rug, dude. Why? Queen of Cups. Why do you like getting hurt? I want answers. Oh, fuck. I feel like I'm having a straight up fucking conversation with you right now. Okay, hold up. Six of Voices in reverse. It required Source to kind of remove your protection a bit. To make you feel a little bit vulnerable. To allow you to, experience just a little bit of how evil this person is. Just a little bit. They just took enough. They're like, alright, you're gonna have to climb one of these mountains by yourself. And you saw this reptilian for what it is. Five of Emotions. They're a waste of love, bro. You see, usually in other decks, in the Five of Cups, it's somebody looking at spilled cups, right? Well, I believe there's usually two full ones behind the person and three empty ones in front of them, and they're focused on that. You're focused on how you've wasted so much love in this situation. Wasted it. Right? You see, the full moon is her heart here. And she's like protecting it, right? In tarot, the full moon represents truth. Right? She's protecting her truth. Or she's learning her truth. That this isn't fucking love. Ten of Wands in reverse. This is getting something off of your chest. This is breaking old patterns and cycles. The Death card. This situation is coming to a screeching halt here. Three of Wands. This devil could have been cheating on you. Right? And I see you fucking leaving that. You're like, you know what? Those dominoes are falling. I ain't even gonna try to step on them. That's not my path. Those are not my steps. Yeah. This person definitely put you in third-party situations. If they didn't directly cheat on you, they triangulated you. Do you know what triangulation is? Triangulation is where they compare other people to. I wish you were more like da-da-da-da-da. And, well, when I was with da-da-da, they did da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Right? Or, this girl is so much da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You know? Literally comparing you to other people to make you feel less than, right? That's triangulation. That's putting you up here and being like, for example, because you showed up as Queen of Cups, I'm gonna just use the pronoun she. Don't get mad, okay? But because they showing up as the devil, we know who the devil is, you know. But what I'm seeing here, though, is this energy of, like, say, you cook, you clean, you do things like that, and then they'll be like, well, I think so-and-so is a better cook, or, oh, I miss their cooking, or da-da-da-da-da, or, you know, just to make you feel bad about what you've, you know, made here or whatever. Or if you're like, oh, you know, I don't really like playing video games, and they're like, well, my ex-girlfriend loved playing video games with me, da-da-da-da-da. You know, kind of shit like that. That's triangulation. And it is actually a manipulative thing that narcissists do, right? That's triangulation. Gaslighting, that's all narcissism. That's, you know, we know that. Or you should know that. Dealing with this narcissist, you should know terms like triangulation, gaslighting, manipulation. 3 of Cups in reverse. You are not celebrating. You are not having fun. This person probably separated you from your friend groups. They probably isolated you. Estranged you. Muse of inspiration, you were divinely protected. On your path of illumination, you're protected here in this. Queen of Wands, because you live your truth. Dude, you're the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands. You are the whole fucking thing. You are an Empress hiding, right? Whether you're male or female, that Empress energy just means very creative, right? Whereas the Emperor is more analytic, more scientific, more, you know, you are a creator. You are a compassionate force. You show up with your whole heart. You show up as a giver. You show up as a provider in a different kind of way. 5 of Swords in reverse tells me you're protected from conflict. You're protected, right? I see an olive branch here. That reminds me of something completely unrelated, but I feel like I should always mention it whenever I think of olives. I love when people say that people are olive toned, and it's like, alright, so they're like literally black or they're green. Like, you cannot be olive colored and be white. Alright, so sorry. That was kind of a funny. I don't know why that popped up, but I'm sure that's relevant at some point. Yeah. So 5 of Swords in reverse. The conflict is over. Your enemies are defeated before you touch the battlefield. It's like you're preparing for war, but it's like, Spirit's like, no. We're divinely intervening. Dude, this came out in my last reading. The Chariot. You have to move. Or you will be moving. Switching jobs. Relocating. Something. You're getting out of Dodge. That's what I'm saying. You're being... You see these wild horses? It makes me think of that Bishop Briggs song, Wild Horses. I gotta listen to that next. But if you notice, she's pulling the horses. Okay, the horses are not taking her. She is pulling the horses. She's like, we are getting the fuck out. Come on, horses. What are you doing? Right? They're racing behind her. Look, they're running. Trying to catch up with this bitch. She is like, we going. Let's go. She's wilder than the wild horses. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Wilder than the wild horses. Oh, I like that. I might need that title. Hold on. Do I have a pen? I might. Okay. Alright. So. That Cancer energy. If you know Cancer, I think the Scorpio card actually came out in the last reading also. The Death card. You could be dealing. There could be a Cancer or a Scorpio who could be of assistance, I feel like. Because they're always showing up on the assistive side of things. Like showing up almost like a beacon of light. Like, hey, we got your back, let's go. Getaway driver kind of shit. And then, as I say that, the Moon card magically appears, right? That's Pisces energy. That's all the water signs. I feel like you gotta get in touch with water, right? Maybe there's something to do with water. You gotta get in the water. You gotta embrace the water. Maybe you're a water sign yourself. I don't know. But I feel this energy that, like, you're protected by water. You're protected by love, dude. Water is love in tarot. The Chariot, you gotta move. You gotta go. Wilder than wild horses. Gene Wilder. I'm just kidding. You should watch the movie Blazing Saddles. That's what you should do. Speaking of wild horses, Knight of Wands, right? The horse that is on fire, running around. I see fireworks. This is good news. Good news is coming in. The Hanged Muse, obstacles, things holding you up, things trying to get in the way of you progressing. What is this? Could be a message. Something kind of like pausing you. What is that? Two of Swords. It's like this energy of not wanting to see it for what it is. I think you probably go back and forth in your head. And you're like, well, if I could just ignore this red flag and ignore that red flag. And we could be at peace, you know, just total truce and everything will be fine. If we just turn our backs and pretend like we don't see what's going on here. Even though we're experiencing this, right? And I feel like talking yourself out of your own pieces, or talking yourself into staying for the sake of peace is going to bring more destruction in your life. Real peace comes from doing the work, right? The Chariot energy, you need to move. You need to get away from this energy. There's no blindfolding it and pretending you don't see that they're the actual fucking devil, dude. And that they actually put you in third-party situations all the time, right? They make sure you don't have friends. Meanwhile, they're off doing whatever they want with whomever they want. Yeah, Page of Voices, this person just hates. They're jealous, they're competitive, they're immature, they're childish. It's like, rather, if they were to focus all this energy on building themselves up, they would be so far in life. They would be so far in life if they had the same motivation towards themselves that they do towards you. It's kind of disgusting how obsessed this person is with ruining your life. It's kind of gross. Four of Wands. You need to get in touch with your soul tribe, bro. You need to talk to the ladies. You need to talk to your friends, right? Muse of Emotions. This is the twins with water pouring out of their heart chakras, okay? Why is that coming up? What the fuck is that? The more you hold on to this situation, like, you have a choice to make here. You can let go of any chance at happiness with the Ten of Materials in reverse by staying in this situation and just allowing yourself to go through it. Or Five of Materials in reverse, you can realize that you're done wasting your emotions and wasting your time in situations that don't work for you, and you can go, right? This is the hang up. This is the obstacle, because it's like all that you've ever asked for, all that you've ever wanted is literally on the other side of making this decision to move. And you're scared to move because you're stuck in this situation. Because that's how abuse and manipulation and narcissism works, right? Ten of Swords. Eventually, the betrayal is going to be too much. 10-10, endings, new beginnings. The Death card, endings, new beginnings. So yeah, dude. Ten of Swords and the Death card. Sometimes to me that feels like this person can be an actual threat to your actual physical safety too. You know, I don't typically think of the Death card and Ten of Swords in that way. However, there's got to be cards that we can derive those messages from, right? I feel like this person is really unsafe. They have really bad intentions for you. They scheme against you. They plotting on you. I don't feel like you're safe. And I feel like it's part of your protection to get you out of here. Muse of Voices. This person, they might be trying to fight you all the time. They might be trying to trigger you. They just want that emotional food, right? Because they're vampires, energy vampires. It's so funny because it's like they don't realize what they are, but they don't realize that they've been feeding on you, but they literally will go crazy if they don't feed off of you. So then they will start doing whatever they can to get you in a bad mood, to get that energy so that they can feed off of you. That's what a narcissist is, right? They're vampires. Vampires are the realest shit, dude. And they're not sexy, okay? Well, sometimes they're sexy, but they're not good. I'd almost rather that they drink my blood than my energy, you know? Knight of Voices, Pegasus is coming. Pegasus is coming. Pegasus shows up when Hercules is fighting Cerberus. He shows up when Hercules needs to hold up the heavens for Atlas. Pegasus shows up when Hercules is going through an obstacle, alright? But if Hercules didn't go through all this shit, if he didn't have to defeat so many fucking demons and so much shit, would he have ever been known to us at all? No, probably not. You know, the stories are there, you know, as to let us know that greatness comes from our hurdles, from our obstacles, our struggles. I mean, shit. There's sacrifice to greatness, right? There's hurdles to greatness. If you just got all your success handed to you, it wouldn't mean shit. You could not actually appreciate it, not in a real way. It's like those people who just, they have so much money that like every day they're just off shopping and 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 shopping. And they don't, and whereas, you know, some kid from Ethiopia could be like struggling to get an education, struggling to get a, you know, pair of shoes, struggling to get any of this shit. Then, you know, everybody talks about how like, oh, billionaires could save the world, da 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 da. Well, you know what? Normal people can too. But we're so busy investing in stupid, trivial shit that we can never actually appreciate than actually helping people who are in need, right? That's kind of what I'm seeing here. It's like this individual always got what they wanted, right? They were a spoiled fucking brat. And so, they don't know how to be anything other than that. That's how they were raised. They had so much good shit growing up that they didn't appreciate shit. They don't understand how much they have with you, right? And you probably came from more humble beginnings, and probably, I mean, that's usually what happens when people show up in this energy, right? It's usually what happens. You're not going to be left out in the cold. This person is so fucking childish. It's like literally, you would be better off just adopting a fucking child than being with this person. This person has had everything, just. And here you are. It kind of reminds me of the story of Epictetus. Allow me to take up some of your time for this, because I think it is important. Epictetus was a slave, right? He had a twisted leg because when he was a kid, he broke it. And he was a slave, but he was always in a good mindset. He was always happy. He was always cheerful. He was always obedient. He was just like super happy all the time. And his slave owner was like, I'm the master. And why am I miserable? And you're happy. You're the slave. You're supposed to be miserable, you know? And because of Epictetus being happy, and because misery loves company, Epictetus got the brunt of the abuse, right? He would just he'd get drunk and just beat Epictetus ruthlessly because he had the audacity to never be broken in spirit, right? He'd beat him and beat him and beat him and beat him. And one day, Epictetus was getting beaten by his dude, you know, his master dude, which I don't even like calling it his master because he never owned him. And this story is a prime example of that. Well, he decided one day to grab Epictetus's leg and start fucking twisting it, because it's already twisted. And Epictetus looked at him and he's like, dude, if you keep doing that, you're gonna break my leg. And the master's like, oh, really? Snap! And he snapped his leg, right? And in an emotional state. He's so heated, he did this. And Epictetus didn't even make a sound, right? He's so used to pain, so used to abuse, so used to all that he didn't even shudder, okay? He was just like, he looks at him and he said, see, I told you, right? That's what happens. When you experience so much pain and so much abuse, you can sustain it. Like, or you can, be okay. Like, that physical pain doesn't mean shit to you anymore because you've been through so fucking much of it, right? You already know what it's like. You're no stranger to it. That's the difference. Whereas that master is a fucking pussy who's never been through shit. Okay, let's be real. And Epictetus was granted his freedom through this. Because he could not be a slave if he can't fucking walk, right? He can't be a slave if he can't do shit. So he was granted freedom in this. And I'm sure that probably destroyed his slave owner forever, Epictetus went on to be one of the greatest philosophers that ever stepped foot on this planet. Epictetus went on to teach about not being a victim, about how to keep your spirit and never allow that shit to be broken, about how physical pain is nothing when your spirit is built for it, when your spirit is forged in pain, right? Physical pain ain't shit. But to these spoiled little brats, if they got punched in the face one time, they would go crying. They would cry. Because they're weak. That's the difference. Fucking weak. Go learn about my boy Epictetus. This motherfucker doesn't realize how strong they've made you. And it's gonna be hilarious when they find out. Mahakali. You can trust that what is happening now will give way to a new expression when the time is right. That right time will be the best time. When your readiness matches the requirements for success, attend to your work with determination and hope in your heart. Trust that the divine is taking care of everything else, right? Just like our message in the beginning, trust, right? Your progress is spiritually protected. That goes back to being spiritually protected, right? Kaladara. Oh wait, I showed the wrong side of it. Kaladara. When hope is lost and a way forward cannot be sensed, Kali's love will find a way. If the path does not yet exist, then it shall be created. If you cannot see or feel how you can move from where you are to where you want to be, Kali's wisdom and grace will manifest at the perfect time to provide what is needed. Another thing about that, divine timing shit, right? The right time, the perfect time, divine time. I ain't even seeing the temperance card, but that's all I'm thinking is time. Right? Maybe this person's about to fucking do some time, I don't know. But in the right time, all of this will make sense and all of this will be, you'll be redeemed in this. For all that you've had to endure. For all those fucking swords that have been running through you, right? Just fucking impaled, but not defeated. Alright? Impaled, but not defeated. Well, this is pretty much what I have for you. I'm probably not even gonna get to read my book today because I got, oh my gosh! This card landed here and I just now saw it. That's hilarious. It's a strength card. Leo energy. You see the way she's just sitting on that lion's head? Right? That's you in spirit. Spirit's like, I dare that motherfucker to come at us or the lion's gonna fucking destroy this devil. Look at that. It's just like, that's hilarious. That's absolutely hilarious. You're just chilling there. You're like, whatever. I like the pyramid in the background too. I feel like, I mean, if we know anything about pyramids, they're transmitters, right? And to me, that really illuminates like divine transmissions, you know, like understanding. And if you notice, it's daytime, but that's actually the moon behind her head. I don't know if you can see the details, but it's actually the full moon behind her head, not the sun, which is kind of funny. And that's, you know, there's an illumination here, a truth here. She's holding infinity in her hands, right? Like, let's go a little deeper into this. I don't know if you can see that. She's holding infinity in her hands. I feel like this strength that you like have now, it's unmatched. You know, it's like, it's unmatched because it required strength of character. You had to show strength in restraint. You had to, this is not like just going to the gym and getting strong, you know, this is strength from the inside out, you know. It's like having your spirit beaten and beaten and beaten and bending, but not breaking. Never fucking breaking. The bones can break, the spirit cannot. Unless you allow it. But you don't allow that. I see so much divine protection here with Pegasus and the lion, you know, kind of just, it is always like, I dare this devil to come at you because I don't think he understands. I don't think he fucking gets how protected you are. I don't think he gets people fucking care about you. Shouldn't fuck with divine ones, man. Because now they're gonna learn. But it's almost like this is also a soul contract that you have to complete for your own legend. Okay? Alright, so I'm done with the readings today. I hope that was helpful. Namaste. Love you guys, and I will catch you later.